We have an update on the possible winners of this weekend's Money in the Bank ladder matches, plus an update on another absent AEW talent coming up. And has an AEW All In dream match been scrapped before it was announced? It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling news right now. Money in the Bank this weekend. We have 9 pitches on the channel for you right now. Live reactions coming up with Adam and Andrew, plus the what happened at and the WTF moments. Predictions as well waiting for you, which will explain all this. What's going on in terms of who's winning these matches, though? Some internal goss this morning, Adam.
Certainly so. From WrestleVotes, who have revealed the potential winners for the Money in the Bank ladder matches. So, spoiler alert and all that. It might happen. It might not happen, but these are the favourites right now. They say, after speaking to sources, we are told to look for these possible winners on Saturday at Money in the Bank, as according to those familiar with the plans where post-Money in the Bank stories would potentially indicate the following winners go. For the women, Rhea Ripley or Naomi. And on the men's side, it sounds an awful lot like Seth Rollins or Solo Sikoa. Again, a tale of caution. Match winners are never guaranteed, especially in today's era, with the people in control able to and willing to switch things as they please. However, as things stand, those look to be your favourites on each side. Let's go through these, Tom. We got Rhea Ripley or Naomi. Rhea Ripley, former women's champion. Naomi, former women's champion. Could they do it again? I think Rhea Ripley is as hot as ever. She will be perpetually over. Naomi, I think, has been on fire with this heel run. Loving it.
That's why I think maybe out of those two, I would be picking Naomi, because I feel that Ripley will be hot to trot regardless of whether she wins. It doesn't need to have the briefcase, whereas Naomi, I think it gives us some impetus to maybe claim or go for a title and have Jade Cargill cost her. That's potentially how we do it. I think out of those, I think Naomi probably the one that stands to benefit the most from having that accolade on her CV.
That's it. Rhea doesn't need it, and she's a powerhouse anyway that could feasibly challenge for a women's world title at any point, and it's believable. She doesn't need that prop. She doesn't need the briefcase. The only
thing that makes me think they might give it to her is they if in case they want to make her sort of a women's Grand Slam winner, because she's won the Rumble, she's won the women's title. I think both brands now. She's won the tag titles. If she wins Money in the Bank, then she'll only have to win one of either the Women's US or the Women's IC title and become a Grand Slam Women's Champion for the first time ever.
She could go for one of the mid-cards. If she fancied it, she could do with the briefcase. On the men's side, Solo or Rollins. I think Rollins, I mean, it's a ready-made story for Rollins for sure. Like, it wouldn't surprise me to see him pick up the briefcase. Solo I'd be more surprised at, because things have just cooled off a little bit, but maybe this is the way that you reignite that fire.
You maybe have Solo take advantage of Jacob Fatu being taken out, and maybe he cashes in on Jacob Fatu, takes the US title off him.
Ooh,
that'd be a bit naughty,
wouldn't
it? Because they have in the past had it so you can go for other titles as well as the main title. So Solo may use it potentially as a tool to re-establish dominance, put the lead back on his werewolf.
That's fun, isn't it? It looks the whole time like Solo is going to go after a world champion, and Jacob's got his back and everything the whole time, and then that cost Jacob, creating an unbelievably over babyface. I mean, he's pretty over.
He's over like Rover already.
But yeah, you get a little bit of sympathy for Jacob Fatu there, maybe humanises him a little bit. I really like that. I like that idea a lot, and I don't want to see Solo, no disrespect, I don't want to see him as a world champ. So I actually prefer, if he wins it, I'd prefer him to go after a mid-card.
It would make more sense to do it that way. But Money in the Bank is this weekend. We've got you covered here at Cultaholic with everything happening around Money in the Bank. AEW flavoured news. We talked yesterday about Wardlow taking a break over the summer for a very fitting TV role that he's got coming up, which explains why he hasn't been around. What do we know about Camille that we haven't seen in like half a year, Adam?
It's been a long time. Over 6 months we've not seen Camille. She was brought in, of course, as the muscle for Mercedes Moné, a sort of China-esque role to it, and then just disappeared from TV, basically. Fightful reporting that those who are close to Camille have been very quiet quiet about her absence from AEW, saying, "When asking in AEW about the absence, we were told that talent were effectively in the dark about it and didn't hear a specific reason. It was believed that Tony Khan didn't feel like the Mercedes partnership was working. It was clarified by a number of sources that Mercedes was willing to work with Camille and do a match, but that didn't happen. However, it was something that was discussed back in December." I think she's got an awful lot to offer, like in that sort of China or Diesel role that she was doing. I didn't hate it as much as some people, seemingly Tony Khan did.
Tony didn't like it. I just went, it was fine.
It was fine. It wasn't.
You've persevered with worse.
Yeah, right. I think she's great. I really enjoyed like the NWA stuff that she did. And I was excited when she came in. When she was announced as signing with All Elite Wrestling, I think there was a lot of excitement there because she feels like somebody who in the future could be a really big deal.
I hope they either loop back to that or maybe we get some sort of Megan Bain, Camille meat battle at some point with those two units. Megasus and Camille. Brickhouse and Camille. Brickhouse and Megasus. That'd be amazing. Into that.
Yeah, I'm up for that as
Give
well.
me the Brickhouse. Last night on Ring of Honor, a video aired. I think that was probably the most interesting thing that's happened on Ring of Honor TV since a fly landed on my screen.
That's not nice.
It's true though. We get this great video of the boys traipsing across the desert, seemingly following a path. And we get a 50s-style sci-fi UFO land. And Dalton Castle gets out of it. Come on.
It's been forever.
Boys, it's time to break some hearts.
It's nuts. He's been out of action since July after suffering a concussion and torn biceps during a match with Roddy Strong. 12 months of rehab have gone by. It really does feel like a lifetime. He is just consistently excellent value, isn't he? He's just great fun to watch. It's so exciting to see that he's on his way back.
I really hope they do something really profound with him. He just got so lost in the shuffle. Well, he's such a character, which is so funny because it's like Ring of Honor before AEW sort of put the hooks in, was very driven on pro wrestling and that style, but Dalton Castle's very sports entertainment-esque persona. So you thought, well, if that's the direction they're going in, then Dalton Castle's a shoe-in to do great things. Oh, no, we just won't bother. Like, what are you doing? Let's really get behind it. Because they had that story with him where the boys got kidnapped by Johnny TV. And do you remember all that?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And then they said, they basically intimated that they'd either let the boys free or the boys had been unalived in some accidental way.
Yeah.
And then they went, we've released them from their contract, so we're not even going to give you a payoff to the story. I was like, come on, silly beans.
Sort of wish he was coming to AEW proper.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him. I think he'd be good value in AEW too.
He'd be flipping great value. TNA tonight presenting Against All Odds, my favourite Phil Collins themed pay-per-view, just behind Genesis and Invisible Touch. They're in Arizona tonight, and last night they added an 8-man tag to the show. The System facing the Hardys, Leon Slater and a mystery partner.
Ooh, who you got?
I'm going to need my contemplation drill for this. Trevor Lee.
Oh, that's a good show.
The former Cameron Grimes. He's a multi-time champion in TNA, which kind of ticks that box for them. And he's not been doing much else, and I think he would actually fit that style quite well. This might be a way of bringing Trevor Lee, formerly Cameron Grimes, back into the fold.
Yeah, I love Trevor Lee.
Yeah.
He's one of my most gutting releases of the last few years. It's great to see him do good stuff in Impact. TNA again. It's good to see him do good stuff there. But I feel like it's a big what if for me. What Trevor could have done in WWE as Cameron Grimes on the main roster.
We're also going to see AJ Francis hosting an episode of the First Class Lounge with his guest, the man that he bugged through the announce table on NXT, Mike Santana. I'm sure that'll go just fine and there won't be any problems.
Absolutely.
Also on the show for tonight, Mustafa Ali is taking on Jason Hotch one-on-one. That should be fun.
Nice. Ash by Elegance, Heather by Elegance, and M by Elegance versus Brookside, Grace, and Hudson.
Joe Hendry takes on Frankie Kazarian.
We got the TNA International Championship on the line as Steve Macklin takes on Mance Warner.
Them naughty Nemeths defending the TNA World Tag Titles against the Rascals.
Big one here. Santino Morella versus Robert Stone to determine the TNA Director of Authority.
Could all change tonight. The Knockouts World Title on the line. Marsha Slamovich defending against Lei Ying Lee.
And finally, a TNA World Title is on the line as Trick Williams of NXT got the belt, and he's taking on Elijah.
What a fun card.
Yeah, looks right then.
Lovely little card from TNA Against All Odds. You can watch it on TNA Plus tonight. AEW prepping for their biggest show, All In Texas. A dream match seems to be off the table before it's even sort of been properly laid out on the table, has it?
I guide about this. Sean Ross Sapp reporting there's been issues with AEW's plans for a tag team dream match, saying the people I talked to hinted to me that there were some hiccups in relation to turning Christian babyface or getting him out of the patriarchy. Seems like he wanted to do that for a little bit longer, and I don't know the reaction of those that were involved in the story, but they had planned for Cope and Christian against FTR at All In. We could have been seeing a bloody Edge and Christian reunion.
It still could be on the cards. We don't know, but what we do know is that Christian Cage kind of doesn't want to give up the ghost on this patriarchy storyline, and I think in order to get back with Cope, you might have to do that. I think there are some creative ways that you can get Cope and Cage together without blowing up the patriarchy. Whether it's a case of you have FTR attack Cage and Cage, or basically FTR attack Cage, take out Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne is hurt, and Cage goes, "Oh God, there's only one guy I can really rely on." Yeah. Oh no.
It goes without saying that there's obvious big money in an Edge and Christian reunion, and then having one last run. I'd put the belts on them and everything, because they're two guys who can actually like still go. It's not like just a nostalgia run for the sake of it. I think they could still produce some absolutely banging tag team matches, and it's been a long time.
And I think if you're going to put them back together, I think do it at All In Texas. You can tell that AEW are looking for like the biggest matches they possibly can at this point to get them on that card. We're getting Omega, Okada, and they're doing the signing for that next week. Hangman Page, who's on an absolute tear, is probably going to tear down the Death Riders, which is perfectly done. You got Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné, the two hottest stars in the women's division in AEW, going one-on-one. So why not have this the place that also we get Cope and Cage back together?
Why not?
Why don't we do it there?
Book it, Tony, you coward.
There you go. That's it. You nailed it. Oh, yeah. Love your work.
Thank you.
Oh, are we going to do the back-to-back thing?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, good
Like Keenan and Kel.
We should do the sign-off we should do the sign-off that Drew and I normally do. Do you know it?
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Do I know it?
Just checking. For the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Kiss.
It's what we want to happen.